Alright guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob. And look at all these guys we gotta paint. Look at them. Got all kinds of guys to paint here. Get some dust off them. And sitting around for a minute. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge all of these guys. Going to get them sealed up. First thing. This guy here, he's already done. So we're going to go through and take the Mod Podge and just put a nice thin coat on and get them sealed up and ready for paint. The other day Jordy was touching on this Mod Podge a little bit. He was doing if you put it on too thick, you will get like white spots where it seems like it just isn't drying. So whenever you put your Mod Podge on, you're better off putting on 2 coats light than 1 heavy coat, because you'll wind up with those thick lumpy spots. Let's see, I found a spot that I didn't get cleaned up here, so I'm going back and I'm trimming that off with a knife. We're trimming it, doing a little trimming here with the knife. Up in here there was a spot where I didn't get it all cleaned up the way I should have. Okay, now it's good to go. So just take a little Mod Podge and put it on thin, work it into the spot you want to work it into. Like down in the cracks of that beard. I just use my brush and I dab it in there and then I clean it back out. The beard really isn't going to matter whether you got little white spots or not, because we're going to be painting over this. So just some FYI for you. If you're going to paint it, it really don't matter. It's just that if you put it on after you paint, you're going to want to make sure you put it on thin, like that. Okay? Alright. So we'll just work these guys in here. I'll go ahead and Mod Podge them all and let them dry, and then I'll be right back. Alright? Alright. Through the magic of the camera, it'll only take you guys a few seconds. For me, it'll take probably about a half hour. Alright? Alright. Catch you up when I come back. We got a couple snowman and a Santa Claus and or an elf, whatever we want to paint them. We got some skin tone color here. We got some white, green, red, purple, and black. So looks like we need to put a little more black on the hat. Ooh, my black is getting thick. It's been sitting here too long. Alright. Rinse that black out of my brush. Got my cloth here. Got the coffee. I guess we're ready to go. Ready to go. Got some different colored grays too for the beard. Now that's blue. I got some granite gray and some pewter gray, which is much darker. So I think what we'll do is we'll paint the beard with the granite to get down in the nooks and crannies, and then we'll dry brush it with the, well, paint it with the darker pewter, and then dry brush it with the granite. So let's go ahead and do this guy. Guess we'll start out putting the this is called flesh tone. You can get it in light flesh or medium flesh or dark flesh. This is light flesh. If you don't like it, all you gotta do is add a little bit of brown to it and it will darken it up. Or you can just, the only reason I'm painting the nose, I like to leave the nose the wood color. The only reason I'm painting the nose is because we got a little bit, when we were burning it, we got a little bit of black on it from the burn. So that's the only reason I'm painting the nose, is to try to cover up that black. I should have just sanded it before I Mod Podged it, but 'tis what it is. Okay, now we need a finer brush to paint his lip. I already painted the inside of the mouth black. We'll paint his lip with the flesh. Color. And while the flesh is wet, we can take a little bit, just a little dab of the red. It's doing it on the cardboard, but it isn't doing it I don't want too much of that red. Just want to give it a little bit of red tint. There. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Got a little bit mixed off to the side here. Just a little red tint to that. Don't want to make it super pink. Just to give his lip that little bit of red tint to it. Good enough, who cares? I mean, what? It's just a thing anyway. Right, Jordy? It's just a thing. Do the bottom side of the lip in the flesh color. I did not add any water to the flesh, so the flesh is really thick. I like to get all my flesh colored stuff painted first, because if you overrun it like I just did there on that lower lip, when I come back in with my granite color, see that black is poking through? I could mix up a little bit of that pink color and put it on his nose too, like he's getting a little bit frostbite on the nose. But you can see this stuff dries pretty quick. But then again, I got the fireplace fired up in here. It's about 70 degrees. It's about 30 degrees outside. So it's colder than a well digger's crack out there, guys. Colder than the well digger's crack. However cold a well digger's crack gets. Imagine it's pretty cold. There, that's good enough. Something like that there. Good enough. Good enough for her. It's fur. For who it's fur. Okay, got that brush cleaned off. Gotta get this nose color, skin color, flesh color off my brush. Let's go ahead and paint his hat. This is paint is made by Folk Art. It's called Lipstick Red. Might come back with a thin brush with a little black paint to highlight that crack in the hat right there, or the flop, the flop of the hat, the angle of the angle of the jangle there. Pretty quick, pretty easy. I know it's painful to watch. And I'm not going to put it on 2 coats. I'm going to let the wood kind of show through. The Mod Podge really seals that wood up. For the painting. So let's go ahead and see that? Already got red on my finger and I haven't even been by it for 2 seconds. Let's go ahead and paint the little snowball here. White. Little thing on his hat. We may come back with the wash, black wash. To oh, there's still some pink. So there's some red in there making pink. All right. I may come back over this with ivory color. This is supposed to be antique white. It don't look so antique. Maybe when it dries. You know, a lot of times your paint will dry a different color than what it is when you paint it. Maybe it'll darken up. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We will see. Okay. I don't think you guys want to sit here and watch me do this. Maybe you do. I don't know. Just ran into my red. That's why you should really let your paint dry before you start going with another color right away. With all the guys I've got to paint, I could just set this guy off to the side and let him dry. I think that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to let this guy dry. We're just going to paint the back black once it dries. Okay. Make sure we get up underneath that hat good. Okay. And then you could just call that good right there if you want to. But I'm going to come back with the grays. And we will do that. Okay. So let's set him off to the side somewhere. Let him dry for a bit. And we can move on to a snowman. Hey, we got this snowman here. Let's go ahead and paint his hat black. And on our snowman, we'll probably give them all different colored bands. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see the assembly of the Winter Wonderland. I still gotta make arms for that guy. I'm gonna be using quick wood and some wire to create arms for this snowman here. This guy here, we're gonna make some wire arms for him. So if you want to see that process, leave a comment. If you don't want to see it, don't leave a comment. Or leave a comment saying, hey, we don't want to see that. We can get this guy painted up. I know these actually, I should try doing a live feed like Jordy does. I should try doing a live so that you guys can talk while I paint. What do you guys think about that? Think that's a good idea? Leave a comment. If you want a live feed with Just Carve Rob and be bored to death with Just Carve Rob. I hope you're enjoying this, Michael and Mitchell. I forget, somebody else wanted to see a paint video. Get up underneath that hat. I see our temperature is on the decline here for the new year, which I think we got here in Michigan. We've got pretty doggone lucky with the weather this winter. Well, I guess it's really not winter yet. It's still fall. I think it's still fall. Yeah. Okay, so we got his hat painted black. So we'll set him to the side and let him dry. Okay, set him off to the side, let him dry. Okay, who else needs black? Well, I got my brush all black. Nobody. We got another snowman here that I carved. But he's got a beanie hat, so that don't need to be black. But I'm thinking his nose is a lump of coal. So we'll go ahead and paint that black. This brush is much too big for this small work. Now we got this brush here. Skinny little brush. Get up under that nose like so. Yep, he's going to have a charcoal nose. Okay. I gotta get down there a little bit more. Isn't this interesting? It's the only problem with reaching in places with a paintbrush. Sometimes you get it on his lip, right on the lip. Yep. Cleve's Backyard Woodworking. Cleve just did a video on a rustic snowman. Cleve's Backyard Woodworking. Yep, go over and check out Cleve. Okay, well, I think he's good enough. Let's see. Put that in the water. I got to rinse this one out too. I think we'll give him a color scarf. I think we'll give him a purple scarf. Or do you think a red scarf? Let's go with a red. Go with a red scarf. He's got a really long scarf. Alright guys, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and we will catch you next year. Share, subscribe, and like. Be awesome. Carve something awesome. This is the end of part 1 of the painting the ornament video. And this is what they all came out looking like. Right here. I'm going to give you a sneak preview. This is a long video, and there was actually a total of 3 hours in painting these guys. So I don't want to bore you with the rest of it. because I hopped around on these carvings to get them all painted up. If you want to see a part 2, which I highly doubt, leave a comment and I will go through the rest of the other 2 hours of this video footage and try to compress it down. Santa Gnome says, Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, bye-bye.